Sun Tzu was a Chinese general, philosopher, and writer who lived more than 500 years ago. Much of what we know about his life is wrapped in mystery, but his ideas crossed centuries. Influenced by currents like Taoism, Confucianism, and elements of legalism, he left a body of work that still echoes today. His most famous book, The Art of War, is a classic on strategy and tactics. Although it was written for military leaders, it remains alive in the hands of those seeking leadership, business success, performance in sports, and personal growth. What made Sun Tzu different was not only how he won, but how he thought about victory. He believed the smartest way to win is to win without fighting. Success is born from careful planning, calm thinking, and deep knowledge of yourself and of the other. For him, discipline was not just willpower, but inner command. Leading others begins with leading yourself, watching your own thoughts, staying calm under pressure, and not letting emotions decide for you. Discipline is consistency, adjusting when needed, and moving with purpose. This knowledge is still powerful today. In a loud and fast world, chasing a goal, building better habits, and staying grounded all call for Sun Tzu's wisdom. Wisdom that also echoes in modern thinkers like Napoleon Hill and Jim Rohn, who reinforce self-mastery as the base of success. That is why, in this video, we will talk about how to build self-discipline with the wisdom of Sun Tzu 1. Master yourself first. Sun Tzu says, "If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the outcome of 100 battles." Before trying to move the outer world, we start with the only battlefield we can truly command, ourselves. You cannot win at life while you do not really understand yourself. To know yourself is to become intimate with what lives inside you, not only goals and talents, but also fears, triggers, patterns, and the stories you repeat in your own mind. Many people live in pure reaction to stress, to others, to setbacks, without knowing why they respond the way they do. Sun Tzu warns us that lack of awareness is dangerous. It is entering combat blindfolded. You do not need a war zone to apply this. Daily life gives you every opportunity. Start like this. Know your mind. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes of silence. Journal what you feel. Meditate by observing without judging, or simply sit in stillness and ask, "What am I feeling right now? What triggered this? What did I learn today?" This is the root of power, clarity that grows out of calm. Know your habits. A simple, decisive act of discipline is owning your rituals. Wake at the same time, even when it is hard. Eat with attention, without scrolling your feed. Create a sacred time to exercise, learn, or nourish your spirit. Choose one small ritual for 7 days. It can be making your bed or walking 10 minutes after lunch. Keep it sacred. It is not for productivity. It is for presence. Know your reactions. Discipline is noticing emotions so clearly that they do not drag you away. The world will test you. People will disappoint. Situations will frustrate. There is always a choice. React on impulse or respond with awareness. When anger, fear, or anxiety rises, pause. Take 3 slow, intentional breaths. Ask, "Is this true or just loud?" Many times, that pause opens space for wisdom. When you know yourself, you leave autopilot. You begin to live deliberately, seeing what pulls you off track and what brings you back to center. Sun Tzu reminds us, victory is not born from crushing the other. It begins within. Win the inner battle, and the outer world starts to realign. 2. Think strategically, not emotionally. According to Sun Tzu, the greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Legend says that when a neighboring state prepared to attack the kingdom of Wu, where he served, the general did not rush to mobilize troops. First, he gathered intelligence, studied movements, morale, supplies. Then he did the unexpected. He did not react. Without a clash, the enemy grew confused. Doubt spread. Morale dropped. Internal divisions appeared, and they withdrew without drawing a sword. Sun Tzu did not fight because he did not need to. He saw further. Sometimes, the greatest power is choosing strategy over reaction. Not every victory is won by force. The most powerful discipline is knowing when not to fight. Many think discipline is only brute force, pushing through pain at all costs. For Sun Tzu, it is the capacity to step back half a pace, stay centered, and think with clarity. In life, conflict calls to you. Arguments, temptations, distractions, anxieties. Discipline is thinking ahead. Instead of acting from emotion, you act from your goal. It is seeing the whole board, not just the piece in front of you. Most people chase what soothes the ego, protects pride, pleases others, or flees discomfort. Strategy demands a different question. What do I truly want? And what is the smartest path to get there? This requires calm, space between trigger and response, and courage to put emotions in the passenger seat, not at the wheel. Example: your boss criticizes you in front of the team. Your reflex is to argue, defend yourself, burn inside. But what if, like Sun Tzu, you paused? You breathe. You keep your posture. Later, in private, you talk with respect, ask for clarity, and share how you felt. You did not run from the issue. You only chose the wisest way to face it. That is discipline in action. This strength is trainable. Start small. Cold showers. Minutes of silence. Skipping a meal occasionally. Not to prove anything to the world, but to teach body and mind that discomfort is not the enemy. These practices build the serenity that does not shake in chaos. Staying calm does not mean not feeling. It means learning to return to yourself when everything gets noisy. 3. Discipline is in the preparation. In Sun Tzu's words, victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. Discipline is not just how you show up in the decisive moment. It is what you build before it arrives. It is said that one day Sun Tzu proved this to a king by turning palace maids with no experience into a disciplined unit within hours. Clear instructions, firm expectations, calm corrections. He did not shout, he structured, he repeated, he led with clarity. With preparation, almost anyone becomes focused and ready. In everyday life, that preparation starts the night before. Ask yourself, what truly matters tomorrow? What is the priority? When will I give time and focus to it? What might get in the way? You begin the day on your terms, not inside someone else's whirlwind. Arrange your environment in your favor. If your phone steals your attention, keep it out of sight when you work. If interruptions drag you off, create a block of time in which you are not available. This is not rigidity. It is designing conditions so you can do what matters without fighting for every minute. Plan with honesty. What usually goes wrong? At what time does your energy drop? Which situations shake you? Bring the frankness of a general studying the terrain. If your afternoons are weak, do the essential in the morning. If the phone hooks you, place it far away. If something makes you nervous, rehearse the response you want in your mind. It is not over-control. It is building stability before stress appears. When you know your patterns, you respond with clarity, not with frantic rushing. Like a commander who never enters the field without a map, you do not enter the day without knowing yourself. Discipline is born in these quiet moments. the things you do when no one is watching. And when life gets loud, you do not rise to the occasion. You fall to the level of your training. That is where the calm of the prepared lives. 4. Use concealment with purpose. For Sun Tzu, all warfare is based on deception. Here, discipline is protecting position, energy, and direction. Being disciplined does not mean saying everything all the time. It is knowing what to reveal, when to speak, and when silence serves you better. Who has never shared a dream too early and been shot down by someone's doubt? Who has never opened their heart and been misunderstood or had their words used against them? Prudence teaches, not every thought needs an audience. In the beginning, ideas are fragile. Staying quiet is not hiding. It is protecting. Observe first. Choose who to open up to. Set boundaries around what you share online, not out of secrecy, but out of clarity. In relationships, you do not owe everyone your intimacy. Holding emotions back is not building walls. It is self-respect. Not everyone needs to know your plans, feelings, or next move. Protecting your inner world keeps you stable and focused. Sun Tzu is not talking about lying to harm, but about communicating wisely, guarding what is essential, and revealing it at the right time. Try this. Write your goals in private and let them mature. Observe more and speak less in early conversations. Define what is public and what is yours alone. Discipline is also doing less, saying less, to think more clearly. That quiet strength takes you far. 5. Adapt without losing your purpose. Sun Tzu wrote, "Water shapes its course according to the nature of the ground over which it flows. Water is soft and unbeatable. It does not fight the rock. It goes around it, it adapts, and keeps moving toward the sea. True discipline is like that. Firm inside, flexible outside. Life changes. Plans fall apart. Routines break. People fail. You may get sick, tired, overwhelmed, or simply wake up off-center. That is not failure. It is terrain. When the unexpected comes, you have a choice. Resist and freeze, or adjust and continue. The disciplined do not cling to how it was supposed to be. They keep the purpose and change the route. They think like water. You do not need a perfect day to move forward. You just need to keep flowing. Missed your morning routine? Do a shorter version in the afternoon. Work changed? Focus on one essential task, not 5. Low energy? Offer yourself grace and do what is possible. The goal is to show up, today, in the way you can. Those who adjust without losing their direction are hard to knock down. When something changes, instead of reacting, pause. Ask, what is still possible right now? Water is not lost when the ground shifts. It flows. So can you. 6. Lead yourself like a general. A leader leads by example, not by force. Each of us is a quiet leader. We lead our thoughts, actions, and presence. The way we carry ourselves sets the tone for our work, our relationships, and our sense of purpose. It is said that once, in a hard campaign with scarce food and low morale, Sun Tzu did not shout louder orders. He ate the same simple food as his soldiers. He marched with them, not above them. No long speeches. Discipline in gestures. His calm restored confidence. They did not just obey, they trusted. Because he led himself first. See yourself as the general of your own life. It is not about being harsh. It is about living with quiet responsibility. Your time, your energy, and your attention are under your command. When you treat them with respect, you walk with more clarity and strength. It starts with small promises. If you say you will wake early, move your body, or keep 10 minutes for reflection, follow through, not for perfection. but to build trust in yourself. When a general gives an order, it is carried out. Each promise kept strengthens your inner authority. Set goals as missions. Not endless lists of wishes, but clear intentions. A good general does not scatter resources. He chooses the right battle, the right moment, and goes all in. Do the same. Maybe your mission now is to rebuild your health, or deepen your focus, or be more present with those you love. Name it. Take it seriously, and train habits like an army trains, not only when you feel motivated, but every day. Preparation is the real source of peace. Micro-commitments compose the rhythm of your life. Skipping one day seems small until it adds up. It is in daily showing up that quiet strength rises. Ask yourself, if I were the general of my life, how would I lead today? What would I focus on? What example would I give? Then lead yourself with calm, consistency, and intention. That is where true discipline begins, and where silent victory happens. If this message touched you, hit like now, subscribe to Top 5 Voices of Wisdom, and share it with someone who needs this strength. Explore our playlist of philosophies for life and keep walking with the wisdom of Sun Tzu, step by step, victory by victory. Thank you for watching.